There is a sacred truth buried deep within your being, waiting to awaken at the touch of your awareness. You are not a bystander in this world, you are the very creator of it. Day after day, the world echoes your inner conversations. The visible realm is but the shadow cast by your persistent inner speech. And when I say to you, repeat this daily and watch your life transform instantly, I am pointing you to the power that lies not in the words alone, but in the spirit with which they are spoken. The law of assumption is not about wishful thinking. It is about the acceptance of what already is. And what already is what you claim to be. You were told from the beginning, let the weak say, I am strong. Why? Because when the inner speech affirms strength, the outer world bends itself to match that strength. Every day, you are speaking silently to yourself, in words, in feelings, in assumptions. These internal repetitions are creative acts. They are the seeds from which your tomorrows are born. The tragedy is not that people wish for little. The tragedy is that they assume the wrong things. They say, I am broke, I am tired, I am unlucky, and then are surprised when the world reflects those very things. But if you would dare to speak differently, if you would speak from the state you desire, rather than the state you fear, everything in your world would change. There is nothing to change but self. No circumstance exists that is separate from your consciousness. You must stop trying to change the mirror and instead change the face that is reflected. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person you wish to be, not someday, not one day, but now. And if you repeat this, if you dwell in the assumption, if you persist in the feeling, the transformation will not be delayed. You may say, but I do not feel rich, or I do not feel healthy, or I do not feel loved. And I say to you, feelings follow belief. Belief follows repetition, and repetition becomes a creative act when it is done in the first person, present tense, and from the end. Say within yourself, I am wealthy now, I am loved now, I am healed now. And as you repeat this, daily, faithfully, with conviction, you impress it upon your subconscious mind. And the subconscious, being impersonal and infinitely powerful, brings it forth in due season. You do not plant a seed today and demand a harvest tomorrow, but you plant, you water, you trust. So it is with your assumptions. When you repeat, I am, you invoke the name of God. For was it not said, I am that I am, that is my name forever. When you say, I am, whatever follows is created. If you say, I am poor, then you align with lack. But if you say, I am abundant, you align with infinite supply. Not because you are pretending, but because you are assuming the truth that lies beyond appearance. Your imagination is God in action. And when you repeat a statement from the end, from the fulfilled state, you are creating a mold, a form into which the formless substance of life will pour itself. This is not idle affirmation. This is divine decree. You are not hoping. You are knowing. You are not begging. You are claiming. Say it with me. I am successful now. Everything I touch prospers. Opportunities are drawn to me. I am divinely guided. I am infinitely supported. I walk in wealth. I breathe abundance. I radiate success. Someone will say, but it is not true. And I will say, it is true when you assume it. For truth is not confined to what the senses say. The senses lie. The senses show you the past. The imagination shows you the future. Your current circumstances are nothing but crystallized beliefs. If you want a new future, you must install a new assumption. And you install it through repetition, through feeling, through inner speech. The voice within you is the voice of creation. You think in words. You feel in tones. You react to your inner world more than you do to the outer world. And if you do not control the voice within, the world will remain unchanged. But if you repeat these statements daily, with faith, even mustard seed faith, the mountain will move. Say to yourself, morning and night, I am that which I desire to be. Let that be your only conversation. Refuse to speak about lack. Refuse to dwell on what is missing. Refuse to describe life as hard, people as cruel, or the world as unjust. Repeat instead, I am in alignment with divine riches. I am the embodiment of love. I am healthy, whole, and complete. I am in perfect harmony with the highest version of myself. And even if the world appears unchanged, persist. For nothing resists a consistent assumption. The outer world must conform. It is law. It is not personal. It is automatic. Your only job is to live in the end, to imagine the wish fulfilled, and to repeat that state with feeling, until it saturates your being. Each word is a seed. Each repetition is a watering of that seed. Do not worry about how or when it will come. Do not dig up the seed to check if it's growing. That is doubt, and doubt starves the root. Instead, live in the joyful expectancy that it is already done. Assume it, feel it, speak it. Let your inner speech align with the wish fulfilled, and let no contrary word escape your lips. You do not need to convince anyone else. This is a solitary journey. This is between you and your imagination. If you would only sit in silence for 5 minutes a day, and repeat these sacred statements, you would see your world bend and shift to your assumption. You would see miracles. You would see impossible things become ordinary. Because the world does not respond to effort. It responds to belief. And belief is built through repetition. Every morning when you wake, before the world lays its claim on your attention, go within, sit still, breathe, and repeat, I am blessed, I am chosen, I am powerful, I am aligned with all that is good. Everything I touch turns to gold. I am the architect of my reality. I walk in miracles. I radiate love and light. Let these words become your identity. Let them become more real than the noise around you. And if the world contradicts them, ignore it. For the world is just old news. Your inner world is the headline of tomorrow. At night, before you sleep, do the same. Speak the words again. Fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Let your last thoughts be of success, not failure. Let your final assumptions be of wealth, not worry. Let your bedtime story be the one you want to live out. And in sleep your subconscious accepts it. And in time your world reflects it. You were never meant to be a victim of chance. You are the operant power. You are the dreamer in the dream. And when you awaken to this truth, when you realize that the cause of everything lies within you, you become free, truly free. For now you no longer react. You create. You no longer complain. You command. You no longer wait. You assume. Repeat this, I am the cause of my success. I am the source of my wealth. I am the author of my story. I am the light of my world. I am, I am, I am. And in repeating it you activate the very nature of God within. You align with the Creator. And you stop living as if life is happening to you. You realize life is happening through you, by you and for you. You realize that nothing can be withheld from you when you believe it is already yours. This is not magic. This is law. This is not wishful thinking. This is alignment with truth. And the truth is, you become what you repeat. Your life is a mirror of your most dominant inner statements. You are always manifesting. The question is not will this work? The question is what am I repeating daily, consciously or unconsciously? And the moment you become aware, you gain control. The moment you take the reins of your inner speech, the outer world begins to reflect your highest desires. Repeat these truths, and repeat them often. Let no day pass where you do not declare your divinity. Let no moment slip away where you forget who you are. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. You are what you assume you are. So assume wisely, speak boldly, feel deeply, and persist until it hardens into fact. The kingdom of God is within you. The power is within you. And the transformation you seek is not in some distant future. It begins the moment you speak from the end. Assume it is done, and repeat that truth until it becomes your living experience. Repeat this daily, and watch your life transform instantly. Not because the words are magical, but because you are. And when you finally know that, when you finally live from that knowing, nothing will be impossible to you, because you are. And when you finally know that, when you finally live from that knowing, nothing will be impossible to you. The moment you repeat these truths, not as mere affirmations, but as declarations of who you already are in imagination, the world will begin to echo them back to you. For creation is finished. Everything you could ever desire already exists in the infinite potential within you. You are not attracting anything. You are revealing it. The wealth you desire, the love you crave, the peace you seek, all of it is simply the outer reflection of an inner claim. And that claim is made through repetition. Conscious, deliberate, faith-filled repetition. You must persist even when the evidence contradicts your desire. Especially then. For that is the testing ground of faith. To say I am abundant when your pockets are empty. To say I am loved when you feel alone. To say I am healthy when pain still lingers. This is the true act of creation, not denial, but defiance, not fantasy, but faith. You are not ignoring facts. You are transcending them. You are seeing beyond the surface to the spiritual reality you have chosen. What you choose, you become. Each time you say I am, you choose again. Each time you repeat it, you build momentum. Each time you persist, the walls of limitation crumble. Do not measure your progress by what the eye sees. Measure it by how deeply you feel the truth of your assumption. If it feels natural to say I am wealthy, then wealth is near. If it feels ordinary to say I am loved, then love is at your door. Your inner comfort with the desire is the surest sign that its manifestation is close. This is the secret that sages have whispered for centuries. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The heart in this case is the subconscious mind, the part of you that accepts what is impressed upon it through repetition and feeling. The moment it accepts the assumption, it begins to orchestrate circumstances, events, and people to mirror it in your reality. And you will marvel at how coincidences arise, how luck finds you, how doors open and paths are cleared. But none of it is coincidence. It is law. It is the outpicturing of what you have repeated daily in the secret chambers of your mind. So I urge you, not casually, but with the fervor of one who has seen it work, speak these truths to yourself every day, in the morning, in the night, and any time your mind begins to drift toward doubt or fear, bring it back. Anchor it in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Let these words be your guide. I am the one I have always dreamed of being. I am the one who already has what I once sought. I am in perfect union with my fulfilled desire. This is not a practice for the weak of heart. It requires discipline. It requires attention. But it yields the most precious of fruits. Freedom. Freedom from circumstance. Freedom from fear. Freedom from the illusion of limitation. And in that freedom, you find joy. Pure, lasting joy. Not because the world gave it to you, but because you gave it to yourself. You do not need permission. You do not need to be worthy by the world's standards. You do not need time, money, or even external validation. You need only your attention, your belief, your repetition. For what you repeat with conviction becomes what you know, and what you know you live. The world will marvel at your transformation. They will ask, how did you do it? And you will smile, for you will know it was not by striving, not by struggle, not by effort, but by assumption, by repetition, by living from the end. You simply chose a new truth and repeated it until it became your only truth. So I say again, and I say it with love, repeat this daily and watch your life transform instantly. Not because you are changing the world, but because you are changing your perception of it. And in that perception, you find creation. For you are not here to observe the world. You are here to create it. Repeat, believe, persist, and be transformed. Be transformed. Not someday, not in some distant future, but in this very moment. As you take hold of the power within you, the mind is a fertile garden. What you sow into it daily, through repetition, through word, through feeling, will grow. And if you are faithful to the vision, if you nourish it with conviction and protect it from doubt, it shall bear fruit in due time. There is no force in heaven or earth that can prevent the manifestation of a truth consistently affirmed. Do not concern yourself with the opinions of others. Do not seek their approval or validation. This path is sacred. It is yours. When you repeat, I am with purpose, you are communing with the divine within you. You are doing what all great mystics have done, assuming the likeness of your Father, for your Father and you are one. What He is, you are. And as He called things that were not as though they were, so must you. You must declare the unseen as seen, the imagined as real, the desired as fulfilled. When you understand this, your daily repetition becomes a holy act. It is not mere positive thinking. It is creation in motion. It is the Word made flesh. And that Word, spoken in silence with feeling, builds worlds. If you could hear the words you speak within your mind, you would understand why your world is as it is. But you can change that speech. You can write a new script. And by repeating it, it becomes the only script the world can play out. Every great transformation begins within. You need not shout it. You need not perform rituals. The most powerful shift happens in stillness, in silence. When you say I am and truly mean it, the universe listens. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, all things work together to bring it to pass. And when you repeat it daily, it becomes who you are. Not because you forced it, but because you chose it. I have seen those who had nothing become rich by repeating I am wealthy. I have seen those who were lonely surrounded by love by repeating I am cherished. I have seen sickness dissolve, debts vanish, doors open, and miracles appear, not because people begged, but because they assumed, they repeated, they believed, and so they received. You cannot repeat a lie long enough without eventually believing it. So choose your lie wisely, and make sure it's the truth of your ideal. Say it until your soul believes it. Say it until doubt is quiet. Say it until fear is gone. Say it until it becomes the only reality you know. I am blessed, I am chosen, I am worthy, I am abundant. Let these words shape your days. Let them be your foundation. Let them carry you through every shadow, every test, every storm. When you feel like giving up, repeat it louder. When the world says it's impossible, say it again. When nothing around you agrees, say it again. For every time you say it, you shift your vibration. You rewire your mind, you command the universe, and the universe, being obedient, must follow the tone of your inner speech. This is the secret behind the miracles you hear of. This is the hidden thread behind all success. Repetition, inner certainty, the daily renewal of the mind, and you have access to it now, right now, this moment. Speak from the end. Feel from the end. Feel from the end. Think from the end. Act from the end. Repeat it. Live it. And watch your life become the very thing you dared to claim. You don't need to fix the outer world. You don't need to convince anyone. You need only convince yourself. For once the inner world is shifted, the outer world must follow. This is the law. Immutable, unchanging, eternal. You are the light, and the world is the reflection. Shine brightly within, and the reflection must glow. So let it be your new habit, your new devotion, your new ritual, to speak words of power to yourself daily. In the quiet moments of the morning, before the world awakes, whisper your new identity. Throughout the day when old thoughts try to return, speak again your chosen state. In the silence of the night, as you lay your head to rest, affirm again what is true of you in imagination. And in doing so you will reprogram your very being. You will rewrite the story of your life. You are not here to suffer. You are not here to struggle. You are here to remember, to awaken, to create, to command. And all of it begins with what you repeat. Let your repetition become your reality. Let your words become your world. Let your words become your world, for they already are. Every condition of your life is the harvest of seeds sown in thought, cultivated by emotion, and repeated in your inner speech. And now you stand at the gateway of a new existence, armed with the knowledge that nothing outside of you has ever held the power, only what you have accepted as true within. There is no exception to this law. The rich man repeats internally, I am wealthy, long before the money appears. The healed man repeats, I am whole, before his body shows evidence. The loved soul affirms, I am adored, when the world still seems silent, because they know the outer comes only after the inner, and the inner is formed through conscious, daily repetition. Not once, not twice, but again and again, until the idea fuses with the subconscious and becomes second nature. You may think it's difficult, you may say, but I've been thinking the opposite for years. Then I say to you, it only takes a mustard seed of new belief, nourished by repetition, to dissolve mountains of doubt. You are not too late, you are not too far gone. There is no situation that cannot be redeemed, no condition that cannot be reversed, if you persist in assuming the end and repeat it until it feels natural. Let each moment of silence be an opportunity to speak truth into your soul. When the world tries to define you, choose your own definition. When life appears stagnant, remember the power that lies in your decision to assume something better. You do not need to manipulate the pieces on the board, you only need to become the one who already won the game in imagination. And how do you become that one? By repeating, daily, who you truly are. Say it now, with me, and say it until you believe it. I am prosperous. I am joyful. I am loved. I am free. I am successful. I am enough. I am powerful beyond measure. Speak as though every cell of your body must listen. Speak as though God Himself is confirming your words, because He is through you. He is the I am within you, waiting for you to declare your choice. When the old voice returns, the one that says you're not enough, that nothing ever works out, don't argue with it. Just override it. Speak your new truth. Override the doubt with repetition. Override the fear with assumption. Override the old self with the one you have decided to be. You are not bound by your past. You are not imprisoned by your conditions. You are free, and your freedom is found in the repetition of who you choose to be. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do not wait until the world gives you permission. Speak it now. Live it now. Assume it now. Repeat it now, and the world will conform. It has no choice. It is only ever responding to the command you give it, silently, daily, and faithfully. You are not powerless. You are not small. You are not here to suffer through the leftovers of other people's dreams. You are the dreamer, and you are the one who gives life to all that you see. And if you will only repeat, with feeling, that which you desire to see, the whole of your reality will reorganize itself around your word. Do not underestimate this. One phrase repeated consistently in the silence of your heart can move mountains. One sentence, charged with belief, can part the seas of impossibility. One truth, spoken in alignment with your highest self, can remake your entire world. This is not theory. This is not philosophy. This is spiritual law, proven by all who have dared to test it. And now, it is your turn. So I ask you, what are you repeating? What have you accepted without question? What phrase has become your identity? If it does not serve you, you may replace it. And you replace it by speaking anew, not once, but daily, not as a wish, but as a decree. Let the words you repeat be worthy of the life you desire. Let them reflect the richness of your spirit, the depth of your power, the truth of your divinity. For you are not becoming anything. You are remembering who you already are. You are remembering who you already are. A being of limitless potential, cloaked in the garments of assumptions you have chosen, consciously or unconsciously. But now, with your awareness awakened, you may strip off the old robes of lack, of fear, of not enough, and clothe yourself in the garments of your ideal. You may declare, I am wealthy, and walk in that wealth, even if no physical coin is yet seen. You may affirm, I am loved, and feel that love wrap around you, even in the stillness. And by doing so, you re-educate your subconscious to accept only that which supports your higher vision. When this becomes your daily way of being, life no longer appears random. Every moment becomes meaningful. Every challenge is seen not as a punishment, but as a prompt, a call to return to your true assumption. If you are momentarily shaken, you do not fall into despair. You simply repeat the truth again. I am stable, I am centered, I am safe, I am provided for. And you let that truth, repeated daily, build its new structure within you. The mind, once trained by repetition, becomes loyal. The body, once conditioned by feeling, responds in kind. Your world, shaped by your daily decrees, conforms in breathtaking ways. And those around you will wonder, how did you change so quickly? But you will know, it was not quick, it was daily. It was not luck, it was assumption. It was not chance, it was the result of choosing, every day, to speak only what you want to see. Even science now agrees that repetition builds neurological pathways, that what you tell your brain, again and again, becomes your operating system. But long before neuroscience, the mystics knew this truth. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Guard your inner speech, choose your daily thoughts. Say only that which aligns with your highest truth. And soon the world must mirror back that inner alignment. The repetition of truth awakens you. It is not sleepwalking through a mantra. It is the conscious declaration of your divine identity. With each repetition, you declare, I am the cause. I am the center. I am the operant power. You are not waiting for something to change so you can feel better. You are changing your feelings so everything else can reflect it. Here lies the secret. So few understand. Transformation does not take time. It takes assumption. Time only delays what you are not yet ready to claim. But the moment you truly claim something, and persist in claiming it daily, your transformation begins. The world may seem slow to catch up. but it must catch up, for it is your servant. It is your mirror, and it can only reflect the image you show it. So what image will you show it now? Will you go back to saying, it's hard, it's hopeless, it never works? Or will you boldly declare, I am victorious, I am favored, I am the master of my life? Choose your words. Speak them with intention. Let every day be a step deeper into the embodiment of your ideal. You need not scream. Whisper it. You need not impress anyone else. Imprint your own soul. The world will respond in silence, in symbols, in signs. You will not always see it immediately, but you will feel it. You will begin to walk differently, breathe differently, expect differently. And what you expect persistently and lovingly, you will receive. This is the work. This is the key. Not striving, not struggling, not chasing, but choosing, declaring, repeating, assuming, and allowing the divine machinery of the universe to do the rest. You are the sower. Your words are the seed. Your faith is the water. Your persistence is the sunshine. Plant wisely. Repeat consistently. And then, just wait and watch. Your garden will bloom. Not because you forced it. Not because you begged the sky for rain, but because you repeated the vision until it became inevitable. There is a divine current always flowing in your favor, but you must step into it through the gates of assumption. You must declare your good. You must claim it again and again until your soul rises up and says, yes, this is who I am now. That is when the change occurs. That is when miracles unfold. That is when the world cannot help but reflect your inner glory. If you could only see yourself as you truly are, radiant, powerful, godlike, you would never again speak words of limitation. You would never again repeat stories of lack. You would declare, from the mountaintop of your soul, I am the one I have been waiting for. And then you would speak only that which lifts, that which calls forth the divine, that which creates the future your heart already knows is possible. You would repeat daily the truths of the kingdom within. What is that kingdom? It is the realm of fulfilled desires. It is the invisible world that is more real than what your eyes see. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And how do you enter it? Not through effort, but through feeling, through assumption, through the daily repetition of, I am. You step into the kingdom every time you choose to speak and feel from the end. And you remain in the kingdom every time you return to that assumption, no matter what the world says. This is not denial. This is dominion. You are not pretending the problem doesn't exist. You are declaring the solution to be greater. You are not ignoring the storm. You are saying, peace, be still, and the storm must obey. For you have the authority of the one who lives from the end, not the one who waits on permission from the world. You are no longer the beggar. You are the creator, and creators do not wait. They speak, they assume, they feel, and they allow the unseen to become seen. There will be days where doubt creeps in. That is normal. There will be moments where fear rises like a wave. Let it come, and then return to your repetition. Let it wash over you. But do not let it change your inner world. You are not required to be perfect, only to be persistent. One drop of truth repeated faithfully can carve through mountains of resistance. When you finally understand this, not intellectually, but viscerally, deeply, undeniably, you will begin to walk with an unshakable confidence. You will carry yourself as the person you have already become in imagination, not to convince others, but because it has become your natural state. And the world will yield, not because you pushed, but because you remembered your rightful place. Every master, every sage, every enlightened soul has said the same thing in their own way, as within so without. That which you repeat within becomes the law without. The substance of your speech becomes the fabric of your life. So make your speech sacred. Make it intentional. Make it loving. And above all, make it daily. You are not meant to merely exist. You are meant to create. And your words, your inner words, are the blueprint. Speak the life you want to live. Repeat the truth you want to embody. And the God within you, the I am, will take that word and make it flesh. The word will become flesh, and it will dwell among you, not as a distant dream, but as your living reality. The truth is, everything you've ever desired is already within you, waiting to be spoken into form. Every door you thought was closed can swing open with the right assumption. Every mountain you believed immovable can be leveled by the quiet force of your inner knowing, repeated daily with conviction. You are not here to wait for life to happen. You are here to declare what life is. You must come to understand that what you repeat is what you marry. What you speak again and again becomes one with your subconscious. And once it is accepted by the subconscious, it is brought forth without your conscious effort. It appears as new opportunities, unexpected blessings, perfect timing, all flowing from the single choice to repeat a truth greater than the facts of your senses. Say it when you're tired. Say it when you're unsure. Say it when the world says otherwise. I am already what I desire to be. Feel it, breathe it, let it settle into your bones. And even when it feels foreign at first, keep saying it. Because what you repeat reshapes your identity. You are not fixing the old you are creating the new you. One phrase, one assumption at a time. No outer force can stop the one who persists inwardly. There is no enemy stronger than your assumption. There is no resistance greater than your refusal to return to the old story. The world is not out to get you. It is out to reflect you. And once you give it a new pattern through repeated inner speech, it will conform without fail. Let your daily repetition become the sacred ritual that aligns you with your divine inheritance. Let every I am you utter become a stone placed in the foundation of your new world. There is no need to shout it from rooftops. Let the whisper within be enough. Let it be steady. Let it be sure. Let it be faithful. And the echo will return, louder, clearer, undeniable. You are shaping your tomorrow with what you repeat today. You are shaping your health, your wealth, your love, your peace, all from within. And it does not take force. It takes faith. It takes feeling. It takes the willingness to speak from the end and never again tell the story of defeat. You have spoken unconsciously for too long. Now you will speak with purpose. You will choose your words as a sculptor chooses his tools. You will shape your inner world like a potter molds clay. And in time the masterpiece will reveal itself, not just in your inner knowing, but in your outer experience. Repeat it until you no longer question it. Repeat it until your body believes it. Repeat it until the world has no choice but to mirror it. Let every I am be sacred. Let every I am be chosen. Let every I am reflect the highest version of who you desire to be. For that, dear soul, is the power that was given to you from the foundation of the world. For that, dear soul, is the power that was given to you from the foundation of the world. The divine inheritance that so many ignore, but which you now hold in your conscious grasp. You are no longer asleep. You are no longer tossing the words I am into the universe without awareness of their creative force. You are awake. You are deliberate. You are assuming with purpose and repeating with intention. And because of that, your life is already shifting. Do not fear the slowness of outer changes. The moment you repeat the new truth, the inner substance is already taking shape. Though unseen by the eye, it is real. More real than the world you touch. For what is seen is temporary, but what is assumed in imagination is eternal until made manifest. So you must persist, not because the law requires force, but because the former things were deeply rooted, and your new truth must become stronger than your old story. Every time you return to the repetition, you are watering the seed. Every time you speak your desire as fulfilled, you are commanding the earth to bring forth. And though the sprout may not appear in the morning, it is rising. It is growing beneath the soil of your soul, and soon it will break through and become undeniable to all. This is why I urge you, again and again, speak it daily. Live from it daily. Feel it daily. For there is no transformation without consistency. There is no recreation without repetition. The world is not against you. It is for you, waiting on your instruction. And that instruction is given not by outer effort, but by the words you whisper in the quiet, the silent decrees, the assumptions held when no one else is watching. You are the only one who must believe it. That's all. Just you. And if you will dare to believe, if you will dare to repeat the truth, that you are now the one you desire to be, then all things will align. The universe will reorder itself, and what once seemed distant will become your daily experience. So the question is not whether the law works, it always works. The question is, will you work it? Will you persist in the truth when the senses show lack? Will you remain faithful to the unseen when the visible suggests otherwise? Will you keep speaking the end, feeling the end, repeating the end, until it is no longer something you affirm, but something you are. When you reach that place, when your repetition becomes your identity, the world will have no choice but to mirror it. The floodgates will open. The manifestations will pour in, not because you forced them, but because you lived as though they were already yours. You repeated them into existence. You affirmed them into reality. You became the one who no longer waits for change, but speaks it into being. And so I leave you with this truth that has echoed through the ages, and now burns within your awareness. You are the operant power. Nothing is denied to you except that which you failed to claim. Speak the words boldly. I am, followed by your highest ideal, and repeat them daily, not as a wish, but as a declaration. Let no day pass without planting the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of your imagination. Do not waver when appearances challenge you. Stand firm in your assumption. Repeat the truth until the outer world must yield to your inner conviction. For your words shape your world, your feelings give it form, and your persistence calls it forth. Say it, feel it, live it, and your entire life will transform before your eyes. Instantly, yes, inwardly, and as within, so without. It is already done. You need only continue in the belief, and the world will prove it to you.